Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In a world when reality TV frequently blurs the borders between entertainment and human tragedy, few stories have touched the public awareness as deeply as sister wives developing conflict inside the Brown family. And at the center of this new emotional maelstrom is a quietly powerful friendship that is drawing the attention of both fans and followers. Gwendlyn Brown, Christine and Cody Brown's bold and refreshingly candid daughter, has once again stepped forward with unwavering loyalty, this time to Meri Brown, the family's most controversial and emotionally isolated matriarch, rather than to her father or even the legacy of the polygamist lifestyle into which she was born. What's the context? Explosive charges have surfaced that Meri may have been verbally and emotionally abusive to her sister wives' children during their years together in one tumultuous family. Despite the fact that these charges have fueled headlines, Reddit discussions, and YouTube takedowns, Gwendlyn, who is known for speaking her truth regardless of the consequences, is not backing down. Instead, she opts for compassion over cancellation, empathy over estrangement, and context over condemnation. "There's so much people don't know," Gwendlyn allegedly stated during an open members-only broadcast on her Patreon, her voice raw with grief. "Meri made mistakes. That is something we all know. But she's not the monster everyone thinks she is. I saw suffering, not cruelty. And she's attempted to grow from it." That simple but impactful comment sent shockwaves across the fans, especially as the internet swarmed with old claims, revived interviews, and cryptic Instagram posts from other Brown children implying Meri's emotional remoteness and strict parenting style. Some of these rumors first took off in early 2023. Gwendlyn's brother, Paydon Brown, said that Meri had physically abused him and other siblings when they were younger, shocking viewers who had long seen Meri as the forgotten victim in Cody's emotional abandonment tragedy. Whereas many viewers jumped to judgment, Gwendlyn provided balance. "That's his story, and he has the right to share it," she explained, "but my experience was different. Meri wasn't always warm, but I don't think she ever intended to harm anyone. Sometimes people parent from the perspective of their own trauma." Her remarks, poised, mature, and heartbreakingly fair, revealed a side of Gwendlyn that admirers have grown to admire, her capacity to see individuals in their entirety. Not as saints or villains, but as flawed, complex individuals influenced by familial trauma, religious rigidity, and emotional neglect. Meri Brown exemplifies that tangled tale more than anyone else. Meri, once Cody's legal wife and the first woman to join him on his multiple marriage adventure, has watched her role transform from matriarch to outcast, from first wife to emotional afterthought. Meri's 2015 catfishing controversy further isolated her from the rest of the family, and by the time Christine left the marriage and declared her independence, she was already on the verge of emotional isolation. So to now face public judgment from the very children she once helped raise, some of whom have depicted her as cold, controlling, and even abusive, is a heartbreaking blow to a woman who is already dealing with the emotional scars of rejection. Despite the storm, Gwendlyn has opted not to pour fuel to the flames. Instead, she is demonstrating the kind of grace that most reality stars never experience. "I think she regrets things," Gwendlyn added in a subsequent video. "I believe she wishes she had approached certain circumstances differently. But many forget that Meri was more than simply a sister wife. She was a lady battling for recognition in a household where love was a competition and tenderness was currency." This message struck a chord. Fans flooded Gwendlyn's social media accounts with messages of encouragement, gratitude, and respect for her nuanced perspective. "You're wise beyond your years," one fan commented. "Thank you for not throwing her away." Another person said, "We all have that one relative who made mistakes." However, healing does not come from shaming, but from listening. What makes Gwendlyn's assistance so effective is that it acknowledges the grief. She does not pretend Meri's behavior was flawless or even acceptable at times. She recognizes that boundaries were breached. But she also sees the big picture, the decades of pressure Meri experienced, the desperate yearning for affection that was never reciprocated, and the isolation that turned sour. And perhaps, just maybe, that awareness is helping to change the narrative surrounding Meri Brown, from villain to victim to survivor in her own right. There's no manual for plural parenting, Gwendlyn said with a sad laugh from another stream. We were raised in a system that placed women in difficult situations. Meri strived to be strong, and occasionally that power manifested as control. But, behind it all, I believe she was frightened of losing her position. And if you're afraid like that for long enough, you can inadvertently harm others. That comment's naked honesty has rekindled a bigger discussion about sister wives, polygamy, and how trauma cycles across emotionally and structurally stretched households. Experts have long identified the distinct issues of plural households, including as shattered attachments, ambiguous boundaries, and emotional partiality. In that crucible, someone like Meri, lonely, haughty, and starved for affection, may have become stiff, reactionary, and hard. But not beyond redemption. That's what Gwendlyn seemed to comprehend better than most. Her continuous support for Meri does not imply dismissing the harm done, rather, it means creating space for both accountability and healing. We need to talk about things, she stated. But don't cancel people. To understand them. That's how we keep the pain from recurring. It's a brave stance, especially coming from someone who might have easily capitalized on public sympathy by attacking Meri. However, Gwendlyn's maturity and refusal to simplify difficult relationships have earned her a place among the Brown family's most trusted voices. Fans are now pleading with TLC to give her more airtime or even her own platform so she can talk openly about her background, her beliefs on faith, gender, and healing, and her changing relationship with each of her parents. But the most surprising surprise is that her continuing support for Meri may be doing more to improve Meri's reputation than any PR campaign could. Because when a youngster, especially one recognized for her honesty and independence, says, "This person hurt me, but I still believe they're capable of love," people listen. When she says, "Let's not reduce them to their worst moment," people reconsider. For Meri Brown, the future remains uncertain. Trust has been broken. Wounds have resurfaced. Her ties with several of the Brown children are strained, potentially irrevocably. But in Gwendlyn, she has a quiet supporter. A young woman who is brave enough to reveal the truth while remaining sympathetic enough to provide a helping hand. And maybe, just maybe, that's the first true step toward healing, not only for Meri, but for a family still trying to make sense of the devastation polygamy has left behind. Gwendlyn Brown, the star of Sister Wives, is supporting Meri in the midst of the controversy surrounding her and Michael T. Michael T. earlier made some alarming claims against Meri, which many feel caused a significant schism between the two. Despite these challenges, Gwendlyn maintains contact with her former stepmother. Continue reading to learn what occurred. Sister Wives, what did Michael T. Brown say to Meri? Michael T. is well known for posting disturbing secrets about the family on social media. In 2023, the Sister Wives star discussed her problems with Meri. She does not recall Meri being physically abusive to her, but she did allege that she was emotionally and verbally abusive to all of them when they were younger. Michael T. then claimed that Meri only halted the alleged abuse when they grew older. Michael T. also recalls her siblings telling her that Meri treated her the hardest, but she believes everyone suffered because of her. Paydon weighs in on Michael T.'s claims. Paydon Brown has also commented on Michael T.'s claims against Meri. According to the Sister Wives actress, Meri was not nice, and the word abrasive was insufficient to describe what she did to them when they were younger. He continued, "It goes so much beyond words. Verbal basically stopped existing." During the same interview, Paydon stated that he would never detest Cody's fourth wife, Robin. He added that Robin opened the eyes of many family members and even hinted that she might have saved Michael T.'s life.